Most people spend thousands of dollars on wooden fences that rot, or vinyl panels that crack in the cold, or chain link that turns a yard into a cage. And all the while, nature has been quietly offering something better, something alive, something that grows thick, grows fast, and in many cases, grows food, medicine, and shelter all at once. But here's what no one tells you. The plants that make the finest living fences in the world, the ones that grow faster than bamboo, that block wind and noise and the eyes of neighbors, that survive drought and flood and neglect, most of them have been deliberately removed from the American gardening conversation. Not because they don't work, because they work too well. Because a living fence, once planted, never needs to be replaced. And that is not a business model anyone can sell you. Today, that changes. What you're about to see isn't a list of pretty shrubs from a nursery catalog. These are the plants that homesteaders relied on before the hardware store existed. The hedgerows that defined European farms for 1,000 years. The privacy screens that ancient Chinese and Persian gardeners engineered before the word landscaping was ever invented. And by the time we reach number 11 and 12 on this list, pay close attention. You will understand why two of these plants were once considered more valuable than the land they grew on. Stay with us. Every plant on this list is legal in the United States. Every one of them is overlooked. And every one of them will outlast every fence you've ever built. We begin with a plant that doesn't look like much at first. A slender stem, a modest leaf. But give it one growing season, and stand back. Leyland cypress, Cupressocipari leylandi, is the first plant on this list, and it earns that position through sheer, relentless speed. Born from a chance hybrid discovered in Wales in the 1880s on the Leighton Hall estate, this tree was never bred in a laboratory. It simply appeared, the way nature sometimes creates something perfect without being asked. It is the offspring of two trees that rarely grow together in the wild, the Monterey cypress and the Alaskan cedar, and in combining them, nature produced something neither parent could offer alone, a fast-growing, densely columnar evergreen that can add 3 to 4 feet of height in a single year under good conditions. Plant a row of Leyland cypress 6 feet apart, and within 3 years, you have a wall. Not a suggestion of privacy. A wall. 12 feet, 15 feet, 20. It doesn't slow down. It doesn't lose its color in winter. It doesn't negotiate. In USDA zones 6 through 10, it is one of the most reliable privacy screens available to the American homeowner, thriving in almost any well-drained soil, asking for little more than full sun and the occasional watering during its first summer. Its dense, feathery foliage absorbs sound. It blocks wind. It holds its form without shearing if you allow it. Some dismiss it as too common. Those people do not understand what common means when something earns that status. Leyland cypress became ubiquitous because it works quietly, year after year, for decades. Arbor vitae, Thuja occidentalis, is one of the most underappreciated plants in North America, and that fact borders on a historical injustice. The name comes from the Latin for tree of life, a title bestowed by French explorers in the 1500s after indigenous peoples used its bark, needles, and inner wood to cure scurvy during a brutal Canadian winter. It saved lives. It was named accordingly, and then it was reduced to a hedge plant in suburban front yards, its ancient legacy forgotten beneath layers of mulch and routine trimming. This tree is patient. It can live for centuries. There are arbor vitae specimens in North America estimated to be over 1,000 years old. 1,000 years. It has watched empires rise and dissolve from the same hillside. When you plant an arbor vitae hedge, you are not installing a privacy screen. You are making a commitment to the land. For practical purposes, the emerald green cultivar is the gold standard for living fences narrow, upright, and growing 3 to 4 feet per year in its youth. It tolerates wet soil better than almost any conifer. It resists deer with more success than most. Plant it in full sun to partial shade. Water it through its first season, and then step away. It will do the rest. It will be doing the rest long after you are gone.